I'm going to pop my phone and I'm going to press, for the last time, my fake doorbell. Boom! Good morning, everyone. My name is Jello. I'm the lead of product and design at the OpenM Foundation, and today I want to talk about AI tasks. AI tasks are a way to generate data using the LLM of your choice. Here you may say, but Jello, we saw a lot of videos about your home where you talk to voice assistants using LLMs. How is that different? We have a lot of demos where we showcase conversation agents, which are specifically made for a voice flow with a voice assistant. So they control your home, they retain context of past interaction to be able to reply to you, etc., etc. So this is conversation agents to be used in a voice flow. AI tasks are a way to generate data outside of a voice flow in automations, dashboard, etc., etc. And today I'm going to show you this. AI tasks are fairly new and they are very excited in their power. In this video, I'm going to show how to create AI tasks and how to use them in a few different scenarios or use cases. So let's start by the beginning. Let's create a few AI tasks in different LLM providers, and then we will go through a few demos. So I'm going to go to Settings, to Device and Services. I'm going to create an AI task under Google Gemini. So you can see that on Google Gemini, I can create conversation agents and I can create AI tasks. I'm going to create an AI task and I'm going to keep it, I'm going to keep the name the default and I'm going to keep the recommended model settings and I'm going to click submit. And now I have a new AI task that is running Gemini 2.5 Flash. If I know the model that I want to use, I can go to settings, untick this box, and I can pick the model that I want to use. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep the recommended model settings for this demo. And then I'm going to do the same thing on OpenAI. I'm also going to create an AI task on OpenAI, also using the recommended model settings. Done. You can see that on OpenAI, I have many AI tasks specifically made set to specific models, GPT 4.1 mini, 4.0, 0.1, 0.3, etc., etc., because I am personally more a OpenAI user. All right, so for the first demo, I'm going to generate text from text. And the use case is very simple. I have this dashboard that I created specifically for the demo, and I have a weather card there. What I want is a very small summary below the title, which represents the weather for the rest of the day. So I'm going to ask an AI task to generate one sentence summarizing the weather for the rest of the day. So I'm going to go to Settings, Automation, and we are going to create a automation from scratch together. So this automation is going to be triggered every hour. The weather doesn't change that much, so that's perfect. I'm going to go to time and location and time pattern, and I'm going to say to the dot, every hour to the dot. And then I'm going to do three things. I'm going to fetch the weather, so fetch forecast, at my location, hourly, and I'm going to save this into a variable that I'm calling weather. Then I'm going to ask an AI task to generate data. The AI task is going to be called weather summary. And the instruction is going to be, it is now. So I'm passing the time of right now. I'm going to say, this is the weather forecast. And I'm going to pass the variable that I saved on the above action. And I'm going to say, create a sentence summarizing the weather for the rest of the day. Keep it under 150 characters. I'm going to pick the LLM of my choice, the AI task of my choice. I'm going to pick GPT 4.0 for this use case. And then I'm going to structure the output, which is a way to say specifically, to say to the AI task exactly what you want. And here I'm going to say to the AI task, I want one field, which I'm calling sentence, and it's going to be set to a text. So I'm asking, create a sentence summarizing the weather for the rest of the day, keep it under 150 characters, and I want this to be saved into a field that is called sentence, which is a text. And then I'm going to save all of this into a variable that I'm calling AI. Then I'm going to add an action, and I'm going to save this into a input text. Set the value of an input text. I'm going to pick an entity. I have no entity that fits the weather use case, so I'm going to create a new text helper directly from here, which I'm going to call weather summary demo. Weather summary demo. And I'm going to make sure that it can contain what the AI is creating. So the AI is creating at max 150 character. I'm going to make a small buffer. I'm going to say 180 character maximum. Create. So I have a new entity called weather summary demo. And the value, I'm going to set it to what's coming from the AI under data and under the field that I specifically ask for, so sentence. And I'm going to save this into a new automation that I'm calling demo weather. So to summarize, at the dot of every hour, it's going to fetch the weather forecast, ask the AI to generate a single sentence summarizing the weather for the rest of the day, save it on a input text that I'm calling weather summary demo. I'm going to go back to my dashboard and I'm going to do two things. The first one is I'm going to display that input text. So this is a markdown card. So I'm going to add the states of this input text. Weather summary. Perfect. For now, it's unknown, which is great because this means that you will be able to see it generated live. And then I'm going to cheat because I don't want to wait 57 minutes. Right now it's 11:03. I'm going to add a tile card there. And the tile card will be my automation. And I'm just doing this because I want to be able to run the action right now. So here I have a button to run the action. So when I'm running the action, I'm going to fetch the weather. I'm going to ask the AI task to summarize it. And this sentence is going to be saved to an input text, which is displayed there. So normally we should see it change to the summary of the weather for the rest of the day. And this is it. So here we generated text from text. Actually, we can even see what we sent to the AI in order to generate this single sentence. If I go back to my automation and I see the traces, you can see that we fetched the weather. This is everything we fetched. A lot of data related to weather. And this is the AI task. We sent the time and we sent all of this weather data. And then an instruction, create a sentence summarizing the weather for the rest of the day under 50 characters, a specific structure, which is a sentence field. And what it generated is data, one field, sentence, because this is what we ask, and a specific sentence that is summarizing the weather. Then we saved it to the input text that is called weather summary demo that we displayed on the dashboard. So this first demo was text in and text out, which is the simplest use case for AI tasks. All right, so for the second demo, I'm going to introduce images because AI tasks are multimodal and they can work on images. And the use case is also going to be fairly common. I'm going to ask an AI task to describe what's happening when somebody rings my doorbell. So I do have a doorbell, which you can see a live stream right there. Because nothing is happening in my doorbell right now, I am going to cheat and I'm going to ask the AI task to describe this scene, which I specifically created yesterday night. And it's a picture of me ringing my doorbell with my dog and my cat, just to make the demo a bit more interesting. So let's do this. I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to create a new automation. And this one is going to be triggered when my doorbell rings. So I have a doorbell demo button, and I'm going to say that the automation triggers when this goes to running. By the way, this is not a doorbell, this is this button, but the nice thing is that I can press it and the automation becomes triggered right now, which allows me to show you this demo without having to run downstairs to trigger my doorbell. So when the doorbell or when the fake doorbell rings, I'm going to ask an AI task to generate data. The name is going to be a doorbell description. And I'm going to say someone rang my doorbell. And I'm going to say instructions. Describe the scene. Describe every person on the scene. I'm going to say count people, count animals. So this is what I want. I'm going to pick the LLM of my choice. So let's say GPT-4o. And here I'm going to structure the output. I'm going to say I want a summary field with a description. And I'm going to say description is summary of the scene and the people inside it. And I'm going to make it a text. And then I'm also going to say that I want a people count or more a person count. I'm going to say that this one is number of person in the scene, and it's going to be a number. And I'm just going to duplicate all of this. And I'm going to add a third field, which is called animal count, number of animal in the scene. And then I'm going to attach the image of my doorbell. So if I were to pick the real image of my doorbell, I would go to pick media, cameras. This is my doorbell. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, cheat. I'm going to go to my media, and I'm going to attach the doorbell tests image that I just showed you before. So this image. I'm going to store all of this into a field that I'm calling AI. And then I'm going to send this to my, oh, sorry, I forgot something. I'm going to say, keep it under 180 characters for the description, for the summary, sorry. And I'm going to send this to my phone as a notification. So I'm going to add an action. I'm going to notify my iPhone. The title is going to be doorbell for now. We will change it afterwards. And in the message, for now, let's just say that I want the summary. Summary. So I want this field. Let's just save it for now and see how it goes. So demo, doorbell. We are going to work a bit on this doorbell automation because it is interesting. So I'm going to just check my phone. So let me just put myself on the other side. Oop. This is my phone. This is the lock screen of my phone. And now I'm going to press my fake doorbell, which I just did. So I have a notification which says a person with glasses and tattoos is pointing at the camera accompanied by a dog. A cat is in the background. So this is a summary of the picture, which is already fairly interesting, right? Someone rings at your doorbell and you kind of have a description of the scene, which is already a great start. Let's just push it a bit further. Just going to go put myself back here. If I look at the traces, I can see what happened, right? So we sent text in, but also an image in. And then this is what the AI generated. A summary, and then also person count, which is 1, and animal count, which is 2. For now, we are not really using this data. So let's use it, right? I'm going to go back to my automation. And on the notification, on the title, I'm going to add few things. I'm going to say doorbell in parentheses. I'm going to say, so it's called person count. I'm going to add a small image of a face. Let's say this one. So, and then slash, and I'm going to say animal count, and I'm going to add a small picture of an animal, let's say a lizard or whatever. So it's just going to be like a very small summary of the title. So doorbell, a certain number of people, a certain number of animals. And these fields are coming from what I had before. Person count and animal count. Person count and animal count. I'm just going to do something else, which will be useful for the third demo. I'm going to duplicate this. So Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and I'm going to place it here. Below, you will see why. And here I'm going to say doorbell, and I'm going to, so this is before the AI takes over, and I'm going to say description in progress, or processing images. So this is just to show you the speed of the AI task. I want to have a notification before, and I want a notification after to show the speed of the AI task, which is interesting for that particular demo. I'm going to use a small trick of the companion app platform, which is if you tag your notification, so I'm going to tag it to doorbell, and you tag the other one with doorbell. This means that we are going to replace the notification and not create a new one. So I'm going to have one notification, which is called, the title will be doorbell, processing images. Then the AI task is going to take over, and then I'm going to replace it with whatever is there. So I'm going to save this, and we are going to make a second demo. So let me just make sure that my phone is active, and I'm going to press the doorbell again. So processing image. Done. So now we can see the full notification. One person, two animal, one person with a beard and glasses is at the door with a dog and a cat nearby. All right, so for this last demo, we are going to go even deeper into this multimodality of AI task. So far we did text in, text out for the weather demo, and then we did text and image in, text out for the doorbell description demo. We are going to make evolution to this automation to add a last use case, which is text and image in, image out. We are actually going to generate an image. Before going to the automation, I'm going to show you how image generation works on the DevTool, because I want to show you a bit how the structured output is. And then we're going to use the structured output on this automation. So for now, I'm going to go to, save this. I'm going to go to the DevTool, and I'm going to, instead of using generate data, I'm going to generate image. You can see that the form, the form of this action is very similar to the generate data. We need a name, so let's call it cartoon. And the instruction, we are going to say transform this image into a super cute cartoon. Here I'm going to use the Gemini suite of model and not the OpenAI one, mostly because OpenAI takes a very long time for now. And then again, I'm going to attach my doorbell. And I'm going to use the same cheat than in the last demo. The doorbell stream right now is not super interesting. There is no one at my door, so I'm going to use the same image of me, my dog, and my cat, which is this image, and I'm going to ask an AI task to transform it into a super cute cartoon. Perform action. You will see that, of course, it takes a bit more time. And on Gemini, you can get a result in about 10 to 12 seconds, which is acceptable for, well, I mean, it depends on your use case, obviously. But on OpenAI, for now, it's taking a bit of time. So we have the structured output, and we also have the pictures that is attached there. So this is the super cute cartoon version of this image. And you can see on the structured output that there is a URL field with a URL and a signature, which is super interesting because this means that you can access this URL from everywhere in the world if you add here on top of that, below that, your domain, your public domain. So with this data, with this knowledge in mind, let's go back to the automation. Demo doorbell. For now, as soon as I press my fake doorbell, so this button, it's sending a notification saying, okay, the doorbell has been rung and we are processing the image. It's asking GPT-4o to describe the picture, count the people, count the animals, and then we are replacing the content of the notification with the number of person, the number of animal, and the summary. We are going to use the same pattern, so I'm going to ask an AI task to generate the image, and I'm going to attach it to a third notification. So you will be able to see the replacing of the content and how fast it is to do this. So I'm going to add an action. I'm going to ask AI task to generate an image. I'm going to say, let's change it. Let's say manga. So let's say transform this image into a super cute manga. Again, I'm going to use Gemini for this one. So the automation itself also is super interesting because we have a mix of GPT-4o for the text description and Gemini for the image generation. And I'm going to attach the static image of my doorbell that I took last time with my dog and my cat. And in the response variable, I'm going to store it into AI image because I already have AI before in this one. This one is stored into AI. And this one is stored into AI image. I'm going to take this notification. I'm going to do Control-C, Control-V, and I'm going to put it at the end. So there is 3 notifications, one with nothing, one with the summary, the person count, and the animal count. And on the last one, I'm going to add an image field. And the image field is going to come from, it's going to come from this AI image variable that I stored on the action just above with the URL field, which we saw on the DevTool. And again, to make it work, I'm going to prefix my public domain on top of all of this. And because I don't want to dox myself, and also because I'm in my local network right now, I'm going to make this notification only works on my local network for that demo. I'm going to prefix it with my local domain. But again, if I would pick my publicly accessible domain, then this notification would work everywhere. I'm going to save it. I'm going to move myself here. I'm going to pop my phone. And I'm going to press, for the last time, my fake doorbell. Boom! So we have the first notification with nothing on it. We have GPT-4o that is describing the image. Description is done. A man with a beard and glasses is standing at the door with a dog, and a cat is nearby. I'm sorry for the small jump of notification, but I'm trying to keep my display alive. Now Gemini is describing the picture. The picture has been attached. If I long press on it, this is a manga version of me, my dog, and my cat at my door. And I don't know why, but I think this is super interesting. So this is basically it for all of the use case, all of the features of AI task. We saw in this demo text in, text out on the weather summary, which is this one. We saw text and image in, text out for the description of my doorbell. And then we saw image out with generate image on the last use case also of my doorbell. And this is it. This is where we are. And what I'm the most excited about is what you are going to create with this. See you later.